Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Artsymadwoman and I tuft rugs, mostly. Oh, what's in the box, you might ask? Yeah, the Claw Lab tufting kit, H1. I have wanted to get my hands on this for a long time. There's a lot of hype around this kit. Let's go over everything that's in this box. Now before we bust this open, this video is sponsored by Claw Lab themselves. I appreciate you, Claw Lab. Thank you very, very much. Now the rest of you, come over here. Okay, listen, I know that sponsored videos have a rap for possibly not being genuine because you're being paid to say these things or paid to review the product itself. But know that your trust means literally everything to me, like truthfully. Yes, this video is sponsored, but I'm going to tell you what I really think of this. And they even said that I could. They just said, basically, don't be a meanie. So don't look at me like that. I'm not mean. We're just sassy. But in all seriousness, this is going to be a legit review. I pinky promise. Stick out your pinky. Okay? Promise. All right, let's go back with the rest of them. All right, so this kit is supposed to be an easy and beginner-friendly kit. So I think you're supposed to be able to make a rug with the contents of this box. And the tools in it are geared towards beginners. So those are the things that we're going to focus on. Let's rip it open. Get your claws out. Get it? I'll see myself out. Oh my god. Obviously, the colors are drawing me in. We've got some yarn. We also have some backing fabric. She is Beauty. She is Grace. She is the Claw Lab Tufting Gun H1. Cool. Okay. So we've got like all of the pieces to build the frame. Ooh, and manual. You guys know how much I love manuals. Just kidding. I am going to read it. Ooh, we get some fabric as well. Oh my god. Okay, let's look at this manual and see about building this frame. So this frame is 100 by 65 centimeters and it weighs 4.8 kilograms. Let's go over to my table, shall we? Clean desk. Ignore everything else that isn't clean. Now let's begin the process of assembly. So turning this big knob is opening up this gap so I can clamp it to the table. That is so cool. Which, having this kind of like attached to the frame, I do feel like is very beginner friendly because with a normal tufting frame, you do have to get clamps like these. All right, she's sturdy. She on there. Okay, so the like Velcro-y texture on here is for the fabric. So you kind of like stick the fabric onto the Velcro-y part. So then at the top of the frame, we kind of slide this knob into here. You have to kind of pull the fabric through the gap between these bars. Okay, here we go. Ooh. Okay, so before you like turn this bottom thing, you do have to make sure that these side like wing things, so right now they're kind of turned out. You want to pull this thing up so that they're turned in and then open this so that the fabric can kind of like go inside. And turn all the way this way. It's gonna start pulling and tightening. Oh my god, it's because these two like metal bars closed and is pulling it. That's crazy. And then I believe we can close these. And so now we take this thing and we push it down, which is gonna pull this out, which is gonna stretch the fabric. Oh my god. Okay, and that is the frame built and the fabric stretched. It's not as tight as I'm used to, but it's honestly tighter than I ever thought it would be, considering no nails. Oh, we're not done. Oh my god, we're not done. We rotate this top knob. I forgot about top knob. Oh my god. Nah, okay. No. No. You're lying. The frame, if I'm being honest with you, the frame was the part where I was like, You know, because traditional frames have nails, and that's how, you know, you can stretch it and you can get it really tight. This is impressive. I'm not just saying that. This is impressive. If the frame is impressive, stop. I can't contain myself. I have to open this now. Let's unzip her. Calm down. All right, here's the gun. Yeah. Oh my god, it's like a laser gun. Pew pew. Use with care. Beware of trigger hazards. What are they? So this is what the tip looks like. It's got that same like foot thing. These things here. It's got the same like hole on the top. This thing is very light. It says it's only 1.2 pounds, about the same as 2 phones. This is my AK-1. She heavy. She definitely, well, you can't compare the weights of these. I mean, you can. This one's obviously much lighter. But what if we look at my AK-5, which is much lighter than my AK-1? Once again, it's not even... and it's obvious, like, you know, it's much, much smaller. So obviously it is going to be much lighter. We're going to plug it in really quick and then we're going to just like have a little listen. Let's turn it on. Green. Wow, cool. Okay. All right. So this is what the back looks like plugged in. So you can see the ring is mostly blue and then we've got this like little bit of green here. This dial on the back indicates like the speed. So you see the green going up, which means the speed is also going up. Maximum speed of 20 stitches per second. All right, so it took me a minute to figure out what this button in the middle does. It just says mode on it. Right now, the ring is like a solid blue. And if I try to press the trigger, it doesn't do anything. But when I press mode, the green comes back, and if I press the trigger, it works. So that means that there is a safety feature. I also did time it to see how long it would take for it to kind of like go to sleep, and it took exactly 1 minute. I'm gonna do the fastest, so we have a solid green light. All right, I've got mostly blue ring, a little bit of green, which means it's gonna be the slowest. Dude, that sounds so nice. I don't know if you're able to see like how jostly it is. This one's like nothing. This is like ASMR tufting. So I drew up a couple of cute snowflake designs, so we're going to trace that onto the frame now. I definitely wanted to do a more simpler design, but I still wanted some level of difficulty to it, just to like test if it could do fine lines, circles, different angles, and then to fill in around those bits. It's the next day. So this is the yarn that comes with the kit. I don't know if you're going to be able to tell, but it is like thick. So I don't know if you remember, but I'm pretty sure in the directions of the tufting gun, it says you can use 1 string as long as it's 8 ply. And I'm pretty sure this is 8 ply. I'm excited to see how this turns out. Okay, I'm gonna go get my threader. Let's try half. Basically half. Oh my god, I'm excited. Okay, interesting. I'm gonna use one of these, which is just like, you know, one of those eye hook things. I'm gonna stick it into the fabric. This is what I normally do. I'm just threading my yarn through that loop at the top there. I might only have enough white yarn for 1 snowflake, but maybe we could do their yarn for this one and then my yarn for this, because I am curious what it'll do with just acrylic. I'll turn it up a little bit. There we go. Okay. Okay, that was good. Faster is better, for me anyway. I'm gonna fill in the rest with this blue. Okay, so we're gonna do this one. I'm using 2 strands of acrylic. That's what I'm talking about. It's kind of easy to do circles too because it's not like a heavier machine. It is the next day, and I've glued the edges, so now we get to take it all down, which ended up being super easy. You just start by unclipping the sides, and then you unroll the knobs at the top and the bottom so that the fabric can kind of like slide out of the bars easily. And once the fabric is free and loose, you can kind of just cut across the top and free your designs, which mine came out pretty cute. I'm very happy with them. I'm usually a Grinch. These came out cute, I'm not gonna lie. This is the backing fabric that came with the kit, so I'm slapping that stuff on there. The backing fabric that comes in the kit has the little non-slip grippies on the bottom, which is the exact same as the backing fabric that I normally use, so it worked perfectly. The next step is carving, and this is the reason why I don't like cotton for tufting, is just because you can't really carve it. With that said, as a beginner, maybe you're not wanting to carve your pieces like this. I definitely did not carve my very first rug because it is a very scary thing to do. It is certainly very nice and soft, but what you can do instead of a carver is you can obviously go in with scissors. It's way more tedious, but you can do it. And of course, if you're going for like a fuzzy look, cotton might be the yarn for you because it's really soft and I'm kind of sad that I can't carve it. Really quickly, I want to try stretching fabric on the frame again, because to be fair, I don't think I did this right the first time. In the same way that you would stretch fabric on a nail frame, you really got to get in there and just pull on it to make sure it's super, super tight. And I think with my first go with this frame, I was way too delicate with it. So we are tightening this bad boy up, and I am pushing these knobs, and what do you know, way tighter than before. And honestly, it was basically as tight as my other frame. All right, they are done. Look how cute they came out. I kind of love them. This is the acrylic one, the acrylic pink one. And then this one is with the blue yarn that came with it. Well, the blue and white yarn that came with the kit. This is how it turned out. It's pretty cute. All right, get comfy. Here are my final thoughts. The tufting gun, super cool. I'm not gonna lie. This thing is pretty cool. Oh yeah, the pile height is basically the same as the AKV, which is around 1/2 inch, maybe like just a hair under 1/2 inch. I love how small it is. I love how light it is. I love how less crazy it is than other tufting machines. I also really like all the safety features that it has. I think this is a really great beginner tool. And even if you're like a pro, which are any of us calling each other pro? I don't know if you'd consider me a pro, but I'm gonna use this again. I definitely am going to use this again. I am very comfy with my normal tufting machines, but this one took less getting used to than I thought it would. As far as for pros, like can pros use this? I don't see why not. The only thing is you are sacrificing some things that traditional tufting guns have, like the ability to do. Like some tufting guns have the ability to be cut pile and loop pile. Some tufting guns have the ability to let you change the pile height. But yeah, the safety stuff, super cool. The size of it, and since it's so small and like you can just use one hand, if you're somebody that like would get tired holding a traditional tufting gun, this is a great option. Like low vibration, definitely if you want to get into tufting, this is a cool option. The tufting frame. I love that it has no nails. I think that that is really cool. And honestly, like my mind was blown putting it together and like tightening the fabric. I think that frame is so innovative and interesting. It's such a cool take on tufting frames, especially one that is like geared towards safety and beginners. Like it's got built-in clamps. The fabric is still connected. So you could theoretically tuft a part of your design and then sort of like pull it down and like keep tufting so you can make it bigger than the frame kind of is, if that makes sense. You can only do that to an extent though, because the fabric still has to kind of like go around that bottom bar. I don't think you could like make an enormously long rug is all I'm saying. The yarn that comes with the rug, everybody's yarn preferences are their own. I prefer acrylic. You can kind of like try different yarns and figure out which one is your favorite, which one is good for you. With that said, the yarn that comes in this kit is so buttery soft. So do I think this is a good kit for beginners? Yeah, I think this is like really, really cool. I will definitely be using this again. I like the gun, but I honestly love these things as options because they fill a gap that I feel like tufting has. Sort of like hurdles that might keep some people from trying it or being able to try it. So if you're somebody that can't hold up like super heavy tools or like can't do the two-handed thing, this is nice. And I love that this fills a gap so that more people could try tufting. Same goes for the frame. Like if there's somebody that doesn't want to get a nail frame for whatever reason, maybe they have kids and they don't want to have nails around, I think that's a great option. I love the variety of tools. It doesn't have to be one kind of thing all the time. So yeah, those are my thoughts on this tufting kit. I thought it was really cool. Claw Lab, thank you so much for sending me this kit and for sponsoring this video. Appreciate you. Hey, so Claw Lab has given me a discount code that you guys can use if you're interested in checking out any of their tools. The link is down in the description. The code is this. It's gonna save you some money if you're interested, you know? So the link and the code will be waiting for you down in the description. Also, I do think I make a commission if you use my code, so no pressure on using my code or whoever's code or no code, no pressure, but it's there if you want it. And I'm really excited to see what they do in the future, honestly. Like, this is their first step. I don't know, I'm excited to see what else they can do to like make things better, you know? Anyways, y'all, I think I yapped for long enough. I hope that I answered your questions. I know that there are a lot of questions about this kit. If I didn't answer a question of yours, oh my God, leave me a comment down below. I will try to answer it in the comments. And yeah, thank you so much, Claw Lab. I appreciate you. And thank you so much for watching this video, everybody else. I love you so much and I appreciate you so much. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I love y'all to absolute death. And I'll see you in the next video.